Hi guys! Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today, we will learn about the issue that has set Port Charles ablaze both literally and figuratively. Sonny Corinthos is on the warpath after the shocking fire that destroyed Charlie's pub, and what started as property damage is now spiraling into a dangerous hunt for the truth. As suspicions rise, alliances tighten, and secrets surface, the fallout from this blaze will have lasting consequences for Sonny, Christina, Marco, and the entire Corinthos family. The story begins in the smoldering aftermath of the Charlie's Pub fire. The iconic neighborhood hangout owned by Christina and beloved by locals has been reduced to ash and blackened beams. Thankfully, there were no casualties, but the emotional toll is heavy. Christina was working at the time of the explosion and had to be rescued from inside the inferno. Miraculously, Marco, a man still shrouded in mystery, happened to be nearby and pulled Christina out of the burning building just in time. The act of heroism made headlines, but for Sonny, it raised more questions than answers. Sonny, still reeling from recent family drama and the death of Natalia, couldn't ignore the timing. The fire, the rescue, Marco's sudden presence, it all felt off. His instincts, honed by years of navigating betrayal and danger, were firing on all cylinders. Something about the blaze wasn't right, and Sonny suspected Marco was at the center of it. At first, Sonny kept his suspicions quiet. There was no hard evidence linking Marco to the Furino surveillance footage, no eyewitness reports of arson, and certainly no confession. But Sonny knew one thing: Marco's grudge against him ran deep. The young men blamed Sonny for Natalia's death, and in Sonny's world, enemies rarely strike direct by the attack what you care about. Charlie's Pub was more than a building, it was Christina's heart and legacy. Destroying it would send a loud, painful message. But Sonny wasn't going to act without proof. That's not how he operates, not anymore. So he turned to his most trusted ally, Jason Morgan. Jason, now firmly back in Sonny's corner after his own set of trials, agreed immediately to help get to the bottom of the fire. They both knew time was critical. Evidence could disappear, stories could change, and witnesses could forget. So Jason went to work in the shadows, the way he always has. Jason's first move was to enlist Damian Spinelli, his longtime friend and tech wizard. Spinelli, always eager to use his hacking skills for a righteous cause, didn't hesitate. Within hours, he was tapping into street cameras, private building feeds, and even traffic footage near Charlie's Pub on the night of the fire. The job wasn't easy. The area's network had spotty coverage, and some of the camera angles were obstructed, but Spinelli was determined. Over the course of 2 days, Spinelli and Jason combed through every second of footage. They watched shadows shift, patrons come and go, and eventually, they found what they were looking for. A hooded figure appeared in multiple frames, always hovering just a little too long, always watching from a distance. And then finally clear footage. The suspect pulling something from their backpack and disappearing behind the dumpster adjacent to the pub moments before the fire ignited. Spinelli enhanced the image, ran it through facial recognition, and got a hit. The man in the footage was no random arsonist. He was a known associate of Sidwell, one of his most loyal and lethal enforcers, previously arrested for illegal arms deals and intimidation tactics. A man named Rico Alvarez, who had a long rap sheet and an even longer history of avoiding justice thanks to Sidwell's influence and legal protection. With this discovery, Sonny's suspicions were confirmed. Marco wasn't the one who set the fire, at least not directly. It had been orchestrated by Sidwell, and Marco's presence was either a manipulation or pure coincidence. Either way, Sidwell had once again made a move against the Corinthos family. Jason relayed the findings to Sonny, who immediately shifted gears from suspicion to action. It was time to send a message. Sonny and Jason arranged a discreet takedown. They knew Rico Alvarez would be difficult to pin down legally, but if they could confront him with the evidence, he might crack. Especially if he realized Sidwell had left him out to dry. Tracking Rico wasn't hard. Spinelli had traced his phone to a known safe house in the industrial district. Jason handled the approach, neutralizing the guards outside while Sonny slipped in and cornered Rico before he could flee. The confrontation was quick and intense. Rico initially played tough, denying everything, scoffing at the accusation. But Jason pulled out a tablet and played the enhanced video frame by frame, showing Rico's face as he prepared the incendiary device. There was no denying it. The color drained from Riku's face. Then Sonny leaned in. Calm. Controlled. Deadly. We both know you don't light a match unless Sidwell tells you to, Sonny said. So here's your chance to flip the script. Tell me what he's planning next, and maybe just maybe walk out of here with your lungs intact. Rico, faced with undeniable evidence and the full weight of Sonny's wrath, broke. He admitted to setting the fire under Sidwell's orders. The goal hadn't been to kill Christina, just to destroy the property and send a message. Sidwell wanted to hit Sonny where it hurt his daughter, his legacy, his pride, and Marco. He wasn't involved. Rico claimed Sidwell hadn't told Marco anything about the plan. That revelation shifted the landscape. Now Sonny wasn't just dealing with revenge, he was dealing with psychological warfare. Sidwell was using everyone around Sonny like chess pieces, manipulating events to destabilize his enemy while maintaining distance. And worse, Sonny now had to reckon with Marco again, this time with more clarity and complication than ever before. If Marco really had nothing to do with the fire, then Sonny's anger had been misdirected. And that meant the young man who had risked his life to save Christina might not be an enemy at all but a son looking for answers, even if he didn't know it yet. As Rico was handed over to the authorities, this time with real evidence, thanks to Spinelli's surveillance work, Sonny and Jason regrouped. Sidwell's getting sloppy, Jason said. He's taking bigger risks. Or he's getting desperate, Sonny replied. And desperate men are dangerous. The next phase of Sonny's plan would have to be precise. He couldn't allow Sidwell to keep orchestrating chaos unchecked. Rico's confession would give the police enough to start closing in, but Sonny knew the system wasn't always reliable. Sidwell had slipped through legal fingers before. If they were going to take him down, it would require both legal pressure and strategic force. Next, we will delve into the electrifying mystery surrounding Rocco Falcone's origins as Brooklyn Quartermain embarks on a determined mission to unearth shocking truths that could rewrite history for the Falcone family. Fans of General Hospital are buzzing with anticipation and speculation over whether the show's writers are preparing to deliver a jaw-dropping retcon of Rocco's birth story, a saga long steeped in the scandal of Britt Westburn's nefarious embryo-stealing scheme. With Brooklyn's personal vendetta against Lula Spencer fueling her relentless pursuit of dirt, the stakes are higher than ever. Could this investigation unearth hidden layers of deception, or will it collapse under the weight of its own ambition? Join us as we explore the intricate web of secrets, character motivations, and potential plot twists that could redefine everything we thought we knew about Rocco's past. The spark of conflict, or Brooklyn's vendetta, ignites. At the heart of this unfolding drama lies Brooklyn Quartermain, a woman driven by a deep-seated grudge against Lula Spencer. The tension between them erupted after Lula inadvertently revealed a bombshell secret that Giovanni Joe Palmieri is Brooklyn's son with Dante Falconeri. This betrayal has left Brooklyn seething, her emotions a volatile mix of hurt and anger, pushing her to seek retribution in the most destructive way possible. Determined to strike back, she has set her sights on dismantling Lulu's world by digging into the murky circumstances of Rocco Falcone's birth. Her mission is not just a quest for information but a calculated attempt to weaponize the past against her rival. With every step, Brooklyn risks not only her own reputation but also the fragile bonds she holds with those around her, including Joe, who may not approve of her ruthless tactics. What makes Brooklyn's crusade so compelling is the personal stakes involved. Her pain is palpable, a wound reopened by Lulu's careless disclosure. As she navigates this treacherous path, she's not above using every resource at her disposal. From whispered rumors at the local diner to potential access to sensitive hospital records through her network of allies. There's even talk of her tapping into Harrison Chase's connections at the Port Charles Police Department, hoping to uncover confidential details about Britt Westburn's actions years ago. But will her obsession with revenge blind her to the collateral damage she might cause? The deeper she digs, the more she risks alienating her loved ones, setting the stage for a dramatic confrontation that could leave her isolated and regretful. Revisiting Rocco's birth, a story ripe for reinvention. Rocco Falcone's origin story has been a cornerstone of General Hospital lore for years, a tale of deceit and desperation orchestrated by the cunning Britt Westburn. As fans will recall, Britt, in a bid to secure Dante's affection, conspired with her sinister father, Caesar Faison, to steal an embryo belonging to Lulu and Dante, ultimately giving birth to Rocco as part of her manipulative plot. This dark chapter seems sealed, a tragic but resolved piece of the Falconeri family puzzle. However, with Brooklyn's investigation gaining momentum, whispers of a possible retcon are sending shockwaves through the GH fandom. Could the writers be poised to peel back the layers of this narrative, revealing hidden accomplices or even a staggering paternity twist that no one saw coming? The idea of revisiting such a pivotal storyline is both thrilling and risky. General Hospital has a storied history of rewriting its own history, often with mixed results. Paternity shocks and unexpected returns have both captivated and divided audiences. If the writers choose to introduce a new dimension to Rocco's birth, perhaps a secret Brit buried deep to protect herself or someone else, it could unleash a torrent of chaos for Dante and Lulu. Imagine a scenario where Brit wasn't acting alone, but under the influence of a shadowy figure in Port Charles, someone still lurking in the background with their own agenda. Such a revelation could be unveiled in a tense, emotionally charged scene at Kelly's diner, where accusations fly and long-buried truths come to light, leaving everyone reeling. The fan divide, embrace or reject a retcon. The prospect of altering Rocco's birth story has sparked a fiery debate among General Hospital viewers. On one side, loyalists argue that this narrative is sacred ground, a defining moment for the characters that should remain untouchable. Don't mess with Rocco's story, cry those who fear a forced or contrived twist could undermine years of emotional investment. On the other hand, a growing faction of fans is intrigued by the potential for a Brit bombshell, eagerly awaiting a fresh angle that could reinvigorate the show's drama. They speculate about what secrets Brit might have taken to her grave, perhaps a confession letter hidden in her belongings or a cryptic message left for someone to find after her death. This divide reflects the high stakes of tampering with established canon. If the writers succeed in crafting a retcon that feels organic and impactful, it could breathe new life into the Falconeri storyline, drawing viewers into a web of mystery and heartbreak. However, a poorly executed twist risks alienating the audience, leaving them feeling betrayed by a narrative that no longer resonates with the history they've come to cherish. The challenge lies in balancing innovation with respect for the past, ensuring that any new revelations enhance rather than erase the emotional weight of the original story. Will the show's creative team rise to the occasion, or will they stumble into a plotline that feels more like a gimmick than a genuine evolution? The ripple effects, how a revelation could reshape relationships. Should Brooklyn's investigation yield a game-changing discovery, the fallout could be seismic for the residents of Port Charles. Rocco, already a young boy grappling with the complexities of his family's turbulent history, might find his sense of identity shaken to its core. A new truth about his origins could deepen his insecurities, forcing him to confront questions about who he is and where he truly belongs. For Dante and Lulu, the impact could be equally devastating, testing the trust they've painstakingly rebuilt over the years. If a paternity twist or hidden conspiracy comes to light, it might fracture their bond irrevocably, leaving them to navigate a maze of doubt and resentment. Brooklyn herself is not immune to the consequences of her actions. Her single-minded pursuit of revenge could cost her dearly, especially if Joe discovers her schemes and feels betrayed by her willingness to exploit family secrets for personal gain. Allies like Maxie Jones, Ned Quartermain, and the formidable Tracy Quartermain might step in, urging her to abandon this dangerous path before it destroys everything she holds dear. Their warnings could culminate in a heart-wrenching scene at the Quartermain mansion, where Brooklyn is forced to confront the moral implications of her vendetta. Will she heed their advice, or will her thirst for justice blind her to the potential wreckage ahead? The emotional stakes are sky-high, promising a storyline rich with conflict and introspection. Retcon or red herring, what lies ahead? As the speculation mounts, the burning question remains, will the writers of General Hospital flip Rocco's story on its head with a stunning revelation about Britt Westburn's secrets? Or is Brooklyn's search destined to hit a dead end? The show's knack for delivering unexpected curveballs suggests that a retcon isn't out of the question. Perhaps we'll learn of a long-forgotten accomplice who aided Britt in her scheme, someone with their own motives for keeping the truth buried. Alternatively, the writers might introduce a medical anomaly, such as a mix-up at the lab that hints at an entirely different parentage for Rocco, sending shockwaves through the community. Yet, there's also the possibility that Brooklyn's efforts will prove fruitless, leaving her empty-handed and her vendetta unresolved. Such an outcome might frustrate fans hoping for a dramatic payoff, but it could also serve as a poignant reminder of the dangers of obsession. If her investigation fizzles out, it might force Brooklyn to confront her own motivations, paving the way for a redemption arc that deepens her character. Whether the storyline culminates in a groundbreaking twist or a sobering dead end, one thing is certain: the journey will keep viewers glued to their screens, eager to see how far Brooklyn is willing to go in her quest for retribution. The broader implications for General Hospital. Beyond the immediate impact on the Falconeri and Quartermain families, a potential retcon of Rocco's birth story could have far-reaching implications for General Hospital as a whole. It might set a precedent for revisiting other long-standing narratives, encouraging the writers to take bold risks with the show's history. Imagine if this storyline inspires a trend of uncovering hidden truths across Port Charles, from forgotten scandals at the hospital to buried secrets in the Corinthos clan. Such a shift could redefine the soap's landscape, offering fresh drama while challenging fans to rethink everything they thought they knew. Moreover, Brooklyn's journey could serve as a cautionary tale about the perils of revenge, resonating with viewers on a deeply human level. Her struggle to balance personal pain with moral responsibility mirrors the conflicts many face in their own lives, making her arc not just entertaining but also profoundly relatable. As General Hospital continues to weave its intricate tapestry of love, betrayal, and redemption, stories like this remind us why we keep tuning in, because at its core, the show is about the messy, beautiful complexity of human relationships. Next, we will dive into the simmering tension and electric chemistry between Jason Morgan and Carly Spencer. As fans of General Hospital eagerly speculate whether this iconic duo could rekindle their legendary romance amidst a sea of complications. The unshakable bond between these two has long been a fan favorite, but with Carly's evolving relationship with WSB chief Jack Brennan and Jason's ever-growing list of obligations, the path to a reunion is anything but clear. From hidden secrets to personal burdens, the obstacles in their way are as daunting as they are intriguing. Will a fleeting moment of vulnerability ignite old flames, or will their entangled lives snuff out any chance of love? Join us as we explore the intricate dynamics, potential turning points, and emotional undercurrents that could shape the future of Jason and Carly's relationship in Port Charles. The enduring bond, a foundation of loyalty and trust. At the core of Jason Morgan and Carly Spencer's relationship lies a loyalty so profound that it has weathered countless storms over the years. Their connection, forged through shared trauma and unwavering support, remains a touchstone for both characters, even as new romantic and personal challenges emerge. Carly, now navigating a burgeoning romance with the enigmatic WSB chief Jack Brennan, finds herself at a crossroads, torn between the thrill of something new and the comfort of a past that never truly faded. Meanwhile, Jason, the ever-reliable Stone Cold, continues to stand by her side, his quiet strength a reminder of feelings that may still linger beneath the surface. Could this deep-rooted history be the spark that reignites a flame long thought extinguished? Their bond is not just a relic of nostalgia but a living, breathing force that shapes their actions in the present. Every interaction between them crackles with unspoken history, whether it's a knowing glance at a family gathering or a late-night conversation at Kelly's diner where old memories resurface. Fans have noted how Jason's protective nature flares whenever Carly seems vulnerable, hinting at emotions he struggles to suppress. But with Carly seemingly captivated by Jack's charm, the question looms: is there room in her heart for Jason, or has she truly moved on? The push and pull of their dynamic promises a storyline filled with emotional depth, as both must confront what they truly want in the face of mounting pressures. Complications aplenty. Jack Brennan's shadowy influence. Carly's relationship with Jack Brennan adds a layer of complexity to any potential reunion with Jason. As the head of the WSB, Jack exudes an air of mystery and power that initially drew Carly in. But his secrets, particularly regarding Jocelyn Joss, Jack's covert role within the organization, threatens to unravel their bond. Unbeknownst to Carly, Joss has been deeply entangled in a dangerous mission alongside a fellow operative named Vaughn, tasked with investigating the shadowy Professor Henry Hank Dalton. Jack's decision to withhold this critical information from Carly, who values honesty above all, could be the breaking point that drives a wedge between them. If the truth comes to light, will Carly turn away from Jack's deception and seek solace in Jason's steadfast reliability? The potential fallout from Jack's lies extends beyond just Carly's personal feelings. Joss, already navigating the risks of her undercover work, could face even greater danger if her mother's reaction to Jack's betrayal disrupts the delicate balance of her mission. Picture a heated confrontation at the Spencer household, where Carly demands answers from Jack, only to be met with half-truths and evasions. In that moment of frustration and betrayal, Jason's presence, always a phone call away, could become her lifeline. His unyielding honesty and protective instincts stand in stark contrast to Jack's duplicity, setting the stage for an emotional pivot that could draw Carly back into Jason's orbit. The tension between these three players promises high drama, with trust as the ultimate currency. Jason's burdens, a man pulled in every direction. Jason Morgan's life is a whirlwind of responsibilities that leave little room for romance, yet his connection to Carly persists as a quiet undercurrent amidst the chaos. As the godfather to Daisy Corinthos Gilmore, an ally to Michael Corinthos, and a father to Danny Morgan, Jason's days are filled with obligations that demand his focus and energy. Add to that his role in shielding Sonny Corinthos from the dangerous machinations of Jen Sidwell, a notorious figure with a vendetta, and it's clear that Jason is stretched thin. Yet, in moments of quiet reflection, perhaps during a solitary drive along the Port Charles waterfront, finds his thoughts drifting to Carly, a reminder of a simpler time when their bond was his anchor. These burdens, while heavy, also create opportunities for vulnerability that could bring Jason and Carly closer. Imagine a scenario where a crisis involving Sonny spirals out of control, leaving Jason shaken and in need of someone to confide in. Carly, with her intimate understanding of his struggles, could be the one to offer comfort during a late-night meeting at her home, the familiar setting stirring memories of past intimacy. However, with so many fires to put out, the question remains, will Jason prioritize a romantic spark with Carly, or will his sense of duty keep any potential reunion on hold? The weight of his responsibilities adds a poignant layer to his arc, highlighting the sacrifices he makes for those he loves while teasing the possibility of reclaiming something for himself. The fan frenzy, a divided audience awaits. The prospect of a Jason and Carly reunion has ignited a passionate debate among General Hospital fans, with online forums and social media buzzing with opinions. On one side, devoted Charlie shippers proclaim, Jason and Carly are endgame. Their fervor is fueled by the duo's storied history and the belief that their bond transcends any temporary dalliance with others like Jack. These fans dream of a grand reconciliation, perhaps during a dramatic moment at the annual Nurses' Ball, where a shared dance reignites old passions under the glittering lights. Conversely, a vocal contingent insists Carly has moved on with Jack. They argue that her evolving dynamic with the WSB chief represents growth and a new chapter, one that shouldn't be derailed by nostalgia for Jason. This divide underscores the high stakes of the storyline, as the writers must navigate fan expectations while crafting a narrative that feels authentic to the characters. A reunion could deliver the emotional payoff many crave, but it risks alienating those who have embraced Carly's journey with Jack. Alternatively, keeping them apart might preserve the status quo but leave longtime viewers frustrated by the lack of resolution to a decades-long love story. The fan feedback will undoubtedly play a role in shaping the direction of this plot, as General Hospital has a history of listening to its audience, whether through subtle nods in dialogue or major plot shifts. The anticipation is palpable, with every episode watched closely for hints of where this romantic saga is headed. Potential fallout ripples through Port Charles. Should Jason and Carly reignite their romance, the repercussions could ripple through the entire fabric of Port Charles, affecting family dynamics and hidden agendas alike. Jocelyn, already under pressure with her secret WSB role, might find her cover jeopardized if Carly's emotional turmoil with Jack spills over into public confrontations that draw unwanted attention. Michael Corinthos, too, could face complications in his custody arrangement with Willow Corinthos if a reunited Jason and Carly shift family alliances or create tension with other key players. Picture a tense family dinner at the Corinthos estate, where unspoken resentments bubble to the surface, testing the bonds that hold this fractured clan together. Beyond immediate family, a reunion could alter the power dynamics in town. Sonny, who has historically claimed a possessive stake in Carly's life, might react unpredictably to her rekindled romance with Jason, even if he's no longer overtly controlling her. His complicated history with both could lead to a clash at the coffee warehouse, where old rivalries resurface with dangerous consequences. Additionally, Jack Brennan, scorned by Carly's potential return to Jason, might leverage his WSB influence to retaliate, perhaps by intensifying the risks surrounding Joss's mission. The interconnected nature of these relationships ensures that any romantic development between Jason and Carly will be a catalyst for broader drama, keeping viewers hooked on every twist and turn. The timing question: can love wait? One lingering mystery for fans is not just if Jason and Carly will reunite, but when such a reunion could realistically happen given their packed lives. With Sonny no longer exerting a toxic hold over Carly, many expected a quicker recoupling with Jason, especially after he stepped away from the pretense of being Sasha Gilmore Corbin's baby daddy. Yet, the timing remains elusive, with each character distracted by immediate crises, Carly with Jack's secrets, and Jason with his protective duties. Could a breaking point, such as the revelation of Joss's WSB involvement during a high-stakes confrontation at the docks, be the catalyst that finally pushes them together? Or will their responsibilities continue to delay the inevitable, stretching fan patience to its limit? The writers face a delicate balancing act in pacing this storyline. Rush a reunion, and it risks feeling forced, lacking the emotional build-up that makes soap opera romances so satisfying. Delay too long, however, and the audience might grow weary of the will they won't they dance. A strategic moment, perhaps during a shared rescue mission to save Danny from a Sidwell-related threat, could provide the perfect backdrop for old passions to flare, blending action with romance in true General Hospital fashion. Until then, fans are left to speculate on social media, with some predicting a reunion within the next few months, while others brace for a longer wait, hoping the payoff will be worth it.